All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might... Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on... Well, now that we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest.
Anchors away!
Oh, hi there. So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored guests.
Shush!
You can blame your almighty Shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. It seems even the stormy seas can't keep rumors of these outlanders sterling
Oh, it's sure nice to hear you.
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer around these parts. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you...
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here.
Oh, right. Kazuha.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
Fair seas, Captain Beto. Bye-bye.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get...
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things...
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku decree. You wouldn't be able... So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending.
body and mind.
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. You must be new here. Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Currently, only members of the International Trade Association are authorized to engage in the My apologies, but I'll have to ask you...
Here are their entry papers, for your kind perusal.
What? Ugh, take your time. No rush.
I just wanted to see what you...
I see. Okay. Your papers are all in order. Welcome to read.
So, where...
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito...
Sheesh. So it is super...
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, people from everywhere else are referred to as the word suggests. Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma with the Sakoku Decree in force. Not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. I've got a feeling we're... Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs Agency. Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
The Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And...
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million mora.
2 million? For a processing fee?
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math.
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy,
Thank you ever so much. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf.
That's not how you haggle. By all means.
all right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma.
Much obliged.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here.
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. Processing fee, the way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money. So it becomes a question of how much. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth.
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this close nation era, there's very little that can be done about it. The most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association...
So it's a trade association built by and for Outlanders?
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure for... Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when you're in a...
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that, after all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe. Huh. I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you'll encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run...
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun.
Really? Wow, the Rito Fixer's been...
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, connections come at a high price, you understand?
Not you.
No. In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve. I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to...
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of... Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are constantly struggling. Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. The head of the association is called Karisu, and he's a good friend of mine.
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. The Outlander Affairs Agency took... good. That's a relief.
We heard the association has been having some difficulty.
Yes. Left, right, and center.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who wants to come.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity. No. What's really those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one.
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay.
Crystal Marrow.
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhna. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for... But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising... Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock.
Isn't that what...
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy from them because the tax... It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. We've tried communicating, but this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will never be heard over the ever-present roar. Fontaine, my dear homeland.
Sounds awful. They're really... What do you think we should do? But Karisu's the head of the association, and even he...
Right. And besides, I think this may...
Okay. Well, we could try
that vendor. I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association. If I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under a...
Got it! We're on...
I don't think I recognize. So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I trade secret, got it? You know it.
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going. They're wasting their time. The price is.
Hey, what's your...
Get out of here. Go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place, and they ought to be more.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea.
Body and mind. Body and mind.
That was quick.
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, by all means. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand. Oh, that guy? He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by. But he seems to have suddenly shot. I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the inner.
You're saying he used to be a...
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito. The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree...
So he left the association?
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some...
Really? Is that all you...
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in.
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about... Goodness, I can sense it now. So the scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me. Oh, my hometown. The home of freedom.
It's working!
So, trying to play my heartstring. Huh? What is this?
Just close your eyes already!
You mean the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants. Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that...
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and sleep. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them?
Well, no one stopped...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together. So I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most... All right, I'll tell you the whole story.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them.
Come on, you scaredy cat! So come on, get it up!
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashi. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra... Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax
It's plain...
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. Evidence. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always... As it happens, I handed some Mora over to...
Really?
Time to act. to act. Body and mind. Time to act.
There's still a long road ahead.